Welcome back, people, to another episode of Motorcycle Maintenance Fails. A picture of these Kawasaki fork tops for reference so you can see what forks they are, and they've previously been worked on, and came across this rod bent. It was from incorrect building is my guess. Now onto this one here. Customer complaint, won't go into neutral very easily, and also clutch dragging when you set traffic lights. So for reference, that's the bike in gear, pull the clutch in and the bike's still trying to drive itself forwards. Massive amounts of free play in the lever. And unfortunately for the customer, a MOT fail with a bald back tyre and the cord nearly exposed. Onto the next one, you'd see it says front rotation and it's on the back, which means it's obviously a front fitment tyre, but also it's on the wrong way round for the back, but also the amount of sidewall perishment that it had was also an MOT fail. And now onto this little gem. This is one of them things where the longer you look, the worse it gets, and I mean that literally. As you can see there, oh okay, the Jubilee clip holding it on, exhaust kind of car exhaust clamp hanging down quite low with a bit of baked bean tin or whatever that is. Okay, each their own. If it seals the exhaust, it kind of seals the exhaust. Not the prettiest, but if it serves a purpose. And then you go around to this side and there's a cable tie holding the exhaust on. Okay. And a metal clamp rubbing against your aluminium sump, or aluminum if you're in America. We won't get into that argument. So with an exhaust held on with a cable tie, it's going to move around quite a lot, which means that's going to rub quite a lot. A chain like a banjo string as well, it's going to put a lot of stress on the output shaft of your engine, so don't stress your bearings, people. Customer complaint, knocking noise when pulling the front brake lever. Yeah, that's because your top clamp, top yoke is not tight and very loose. This one wasn't in for service, but upon looking around, having a bit of a visual inspection, noticed what I thought was, the bolts, the nuts come loose. When I went around this side, I thought, oh, no, the bolt's all the way in. Well, near enough all the way in. As you can see, that could have been savage. That bolt would have backed out and come completely out. But, yeah, fortunately, it was spotted, and it was actually a broken bolt. Perhaps it was down to not being torqued up correctly, or fatigued bolt, but in the end we got it replaced and it was all good. No collapsed suspension for him. This one, in my opinion, shows the importance of regular brake fluid changes. That is rust in the master cylinder. On this, the clutch side, you can see where it's weeped the fluid down the side, and as you can see there, the rubber seal wasn't sitting correctly around the lip of the master cylinder, so that was an easy fix, to be fair, but that's the state of the clutch fluid as well, rusty. Brakes are quite important, so try your best to keep them healthy. Keeping on the brake theme, onto a Harley with what looks like a customised master cylinder. Now, the fault was when the brake pedal was depressed, the piston would stick, so stripped it all down, cleaned it all out, freed it all up, put it all back together, bled it all up. Works like a dream. Whereas before you'd press the pedal, it had a little bit of free play, but then rock hard. Now it's got a good feel to the pedal, and as you can see, don't know if the camera angle is going to be the best. Please, please, please. Oh, what a win. Now, as you can see, it spins nice and free, releases perfectly well. Definitely take that one for a win. Oh, anyone for a bent wheel spindle? Axle, whichever you would refer to it as. Is it moving the wheel? And someone's trying to cheat the MOT. Taking out your dust seals and packing it with paper towel. Naughty. I love pulling something apart when you're working on it and finding out that somebody else has been there before and broke something, bodged it all together and then glued it all. Yeah, thanks for that then. And on to somebody that had some very good luck. Screw or nail, whatever it was in the tyre, pulled it out. Not even a puncture. Jammy git, how long that was. This one, customer complaint, bike's overheating. Yeah, it probably is. You haven't really got many fins left in your radiator. So he didn't want a radiator at that point because it only seemed to be when he was sitting in traffic. So blew it all out, cleaned it all up the best we could, but being careful not to damage the radiator anymore. And that was all of the debris in the radiator. Probably some fins in there and a bit of aluminium, but the bike it could maintain its own temperature running in a workshop. So a lot better than it was. Anyway, onto this one. It's kind of difficult to see on the phone, but pushing it into the workshop, oh my god, instantly thought, what the hell is going on? Something is very wrong with this bike. And it turns out all of the spokes were so loose. So the wheel spindle axle is tight, and all of that there is movement in all of the spokes. It was horrendous. I've got no idea how the customer was totally unaware, didn't even know. But look at it. I wouldn't ride it around a car park, let alone on the main road. Think you need a new sprocket, mate? Yeah, you've had your money's worth out of that one. Time for a new one. A short clip just to make you aware. The wheel looks right on the outside, but it was losing pressure. Slow. What he thought was puncture turned out to be heavy corrosion on the inside of the wheel. If you've got your wheel out, check to make sure the seals are actually sealing, because that will prematurely wear the bearing inside when all the dirt and debris gets in. Sprocket cover held on with hopes and prayers, I think, by the look of it. One of the mounting points broken. I don't know what trauma it's had in the past, but yeah, it's definitely had some trauma. Held on with probably about 1.5 bolts. Love it when you take a bolt out and it picks up on the threads and pulls the threads out. My favourite. Another dirty air filter. Love taking parts off bikes and then measuring and realising, oh, they're the wrong ones, I've got to put it back together. Paint flaking off inside your BMW engine. Nice. Customer tried to undo his front sprocket. What with? Your teeth? That'd be a cause of your oil leak then into your spark plug hole. Alrighty then. And that'll be the reason why you can't bleed your rear brake. Blocked brake bleed nipple. Performance air filter that's not performing because it's dirty. State of it, that hasn't been done for a while. Same as that coolant. That hasn't been changed for a while either. Every now and again, just have a little look under at the radiator. If it's dirty with mud, just give it a little gentle spray with a hose pipe, something just to try and keep the fins clear and, performing as it should do, keep your bike cool. As you can see, poorly maintained, lack of antifreeze which helps fight corrosion, and the seal was quite poor as well, but it still worked. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, please give it a like and catch you on the next one.